All right. We're back. We're back, baby. Morgan sitting in for Nick on the American Fan podcast, the Fletch and Nick show. But today, as she detailed in the first segment, it is the American F.A.M show today.
Yes.
The Fletch and Morgan show. So that's super cool. Great topic. It was picked out by Morgan for segment 2 about TV shows. We've all watched, we all have our favorite shows. Just the nature of, human beings. You pick out a show, it really vibes with you. You like it, you follow it, right?
Yes, I'm more of a TV show watcher than I am a movie watcher. Unlike Nick, who loves movies, and
Right.
he doesn't watch a lot of shows. And I'm like, oh, we gotta watch this show, and this show, and this show, and this show. And he's like, well, we gotta finish this one first.
Right.
So.
That's you know what? That's almost like I hate to use. It's not like stereotyping by genders, but I think there's something to be said about TV shows. Women follow the TV shows a little more. They're a little more invested in the TV shows, and men are a little more invested in following movies. It's not to say that's carte blanche. I just, in my experience in travels,
Yeah, I
find that that's more true than
I
it's
think
not.
it's because women love their stories, and it wants to keep going and going, and men are like, oh, well, I just want it to be done. Like,
Sure.
Like, I'm short-lived and it's done. Happy ending, happy beginning.
I think you're right.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
100%. Your great idea today, talk about TV shows. Was there a TV show that you followed that you really liked where the finale was disappointing? You disliked the finale, and then talk about a show that you followed that you really liked, that was part of you, that you loved the finale. I thought that was great dichotomy to oppose those and to talk about those. And then we'll finish with, like, is there a TV show in the past that we followed? What was the third thing that we were going to do? Do you remember?
Maybe
I didn't write it
if
down.
there was like your
See?
favorite pilot,
This
the
is
worst
why I have a
pilot.
legal pad.
Exactly.
We'll figure it out. I'm sure we're going to get to whatever.
Right.
So I'll have you start in terms of a TV show that you followed, that you were invested in, that you really liked watching, that you were disappointed with the finale.
So I loved the show called The Goldbergs.
Wow, I've never seen that show.
Yes, it was on ABC, and I used to watch it with my parents, and it was on every Wednesday, like 8:30 on ABC. And what was great was it was actually based off Adam Goldberg's life when he was a kid. So at the end of each episode, there would be like a short actual clip of when he was a kid. If you know who Adam Goldberg is.
Wow,
Not the
I've
actor, the filmmaker, director.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember the previews for the show, and I remember seeing the previews. I've never actually seen an episode of that show.
Yeah,
But I've heard from 2 other people that they absolutely loved that show.
I loved it, but I did not like the finale.
Did not like the finale at all.
No,
Left
no.
something to be desired.
Yes.
100%.
It was kind of just like, well, that's the end. Like, you're not going to tell us what's going to happen with everybody. You're just going to make us make it up. Which I kind of get why they did that, but I just don't like that.
I gotcha.
So-
No, that's the whole point in talking about something like this. I'm certain there's a lot of people out there that probably that statement resonates, that followed the show, and they didn't really jive with the ending, the finale, so to speak. For me, it would be my all-time favorite sitcom, my all-time favorite show, period, television history, which would be, and it's a lot of people's favorite, Seinfeld. It's just a monster in terms of, I loved every single episode of that show. I still watch little fragments of the shows on YouTube almost every day of my life. When I drive around, I'm a sales guy. A lot of people watch and know that I'm a sales. I travel like 1,200 miles a week, and I'll throw on, like, during the middle of a drive. If I have a 3-4 hour drive, just to break it up, I throw some Seinfeld on.
I have actually a fun tidbit about Seinfeld.
You do? We'll
Yes.
share. Do share.
Well, apparently, when did it air? The finale was like 98, 99?
I think it was 99 was
So-
season 8.
Yeah, so when it was worldwide premiered, they showed it in Times Square.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they showed it on the big screen in Times Square, and they said that it was the busiest time that Times Square has ever been, even busier than New Year's Eve.
Get out of here. I was
Yes.
just going to ask you if it was busier than New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Wow.
At least that
That
year
is a
it was.
fun tidbit.
So yeah, and I thought that was kind of cool because like you don't get to watch a show on a huge screen in the middle of downtown.
Wow.
Now I don't know if they did that with any other shows, but they did do that with Seinfeld. I actually learned that a few months ago, and I thought that was kind of cool.
That's super cool. Like, yeah, I never knew that. That little nugget, that little tidbit. I just was super disappointed by the finale. You know, it left something to be desired. Maybe it's the fact that you wanted the show to continue on.
I would have to agree.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
that.
there's a part of that. I just thought, and we talked about this previously,
Yeah.
the jail cell, and it was like, I don't know.
Like
To have the powerhouse writing, to have the unbelievable storylines filled with irony that show contained, and then to have that as the finale
and like
in a
they,
jail cell, I don't know, it just left something
and
a
spoiler
little bit to
alert,
be
they
desired.
literally got arrested for nothing.
Yeah.
Like
no,
it was literally nothing.
I'm sure a lot of people know, like
Yeah.
they've seen the show. So, but it had to end, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
So those are both of the Goldbergs and the Seinfeld in terms of disappointing finales. Let's go to the flip side. Let's flip that coin.
Yeah.
Let's go to the flip side in terms of finales that you loved. Was there one show in particular that stands out as a show that you really liked the finale?
I really loved Modern Family's finale. That was, it had between that or The Middle. They're both ABC. They both were ABC shows.
ABC shows.
Yes,
Modern Family was such a great show.
it was.
Such a
I don't know if
Sofia
you ever-
Vergara. Oof. I wrote her a couple letters. She never wrote back, but that's okay. I understand.
Yeah, when
So
I
creepy.
started watching it when I was, I think, 14, and I was like obsessed with Rico Rodriguez. I don't know why, but I was just obsessed with his acting. I thought he was hilarious and adorable.
He is hilarious and he
He
is
is.
adorable. Like, yeah, that show was
It's
another
great.
show that was really well written. And Sofia Vergara, like when she came on screen, she just was like a light bulb. She just
Yes.
lit up the screen
And
the
chemistry
set.
with all of those actors
Oh.
are amazing.
Ed O'Neill, Married with Children. I didn't think he could outdo Married with Children because he was Al Bundy, an iconic TV character.
And I don't know,
And he reaches the same status in that show.
and
Modern
they actually
Family.
made a little Married with Children cameo thing in the first season.
Really?
Yes, he
I
was.
didn't know that.
He was reading the same exact newspaper as he did in Married with
Ooh.
Children, and in the first season of Modern Family, he's reading the exact same newspaper at the breakfast bar.
You're like a little McDonald's Happy Meal today. You're full of nuggets. So,
Let's just say
wow, that's a little nugget I never knew.
I was on Facebook a lot when I'm bored, so I just see a bunch of
That's a
fun
cool
facts.
nugget.
And I also follow Modern Family Facts and on Facebook. So
I dig it.
yeah,
I dig it. For me, now this is going to be a controversial statement because this is about 50-50 of the crowd
okay.
that watch this particular program. They have a complaint, and it is the ending. I like the ending of, drum roll, The Sopranos. Loved The Sopranos. My grandfather, this is a shout out to my brother who's gonna watch this, El Padin. But my grandfather, Nanu, that's how you say grandpa in Sicilian. He was a mafia guy.
Okay.
Definitely, he was born in Taormina, Sicily. Hilarious guy. I miss him. I still think about him to this day. I have memories of him. Cool dude, and he was a mafia guy. And when I watched The Sopranos, maybe that's where my affinity first, why I connected so strong with the show. If that makes any sense, was it brought me back to my childhood, growing up with my grandpa, my nanu, who was a mob guy. Just loved the show. I thought the ending was ambiguous. It left you questioning, does Tony leave that restaurant? Like when they're at the diner, all the Sopranos getting together for dinner, and you see the guy go in, give Tony a look, Tony gives him a look, and you really don't know what happens after that. I kind of like that. I thought it was cool because that, in the very essence, is the mafia. Like, you just don't know for sure. So I like the way they ended the show. A lot of people they wanted to either see Tony walk out, they wanted to see Tony get whacked, the whole deal. So
I've never seen it, but
very controversial. Like the ending, the director and the producer of the show questioned a million times. A lot of unhappy fans. I thought it was very tasteful and it was creative because it left you not knowing for sure and wanting more. And that's kind of the mafia, the mob, in the essence of the actual organization they did a TV show on. So you're never going to know the whole story. I just thought it was super cool. So mine would be The Sopranos. Yours was Modern Family.
Or the middle. I can't choose, but probably
sure.
probably Modern Family, because I was watching that before the middle. So.
And we got a little more time, so this is going along. We're clipping along very well in terms of timestamp. We'll talk about the third little part of this particular segment on TV shows. Now I remember that I wrote it down now. On TV shows that we watched that we loved, but we wanted the series to go longer. I know I alluded to that with my favorite finale, which was The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And that's probably true for Seinfeld again as well. Like, I wanted both of those shows to continue on, but there was one show in particular for me that I definitely wanted to continue, but it ended. I mean, it is what it is. Is there a TV show in history, in your history of watching, that you definitely, like, when it comes to mind, you're like, I wish there were a few more seasons of that show?
There's a lot of them, but the main one is actually, it just came to mind because I had a different one in mind, but this is actually the one that I really want, is Chucky, the TV series.
Really?
That was on Sci-Fi, yes. Because the ending...
I never saw that.
Oh, it's wonderful. I'm showing Nick that right now.
Wait a minute. When we were driving earlier, was that what you were referencing? The lady had... This is funny. It's hilarious. We're driving to go get something to eat before we film.
Yeah.
We're going to get some pizza. And we pull away, and there's this woman walking down the street. She's got pajama bottoms, and she's talking to herself. And Morgan, this is what's classic. Morgan goes, "Oh, there's my friend." And I'm like, your friend is homeless and yelling into the middle of the neighborhood, talking to herself. And then I get looked at like I'm crazy. No, talking about her pants, Chucky. Hello. So, and I'm like, what?
I'm like,
almost got in a car accident. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's my buddy. On her
That's
pants.
my buddy. Yeah, there was a big pause because that's what threw me off. I'm like, that's her buddy. A homeless person that's like screaming in the middle of the day. Like, that's like screaming to herself. And then she goes, there's a big pause, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, on her pants. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's what you were talking about.
Yes.
That's Chucky, the series.
Yes.
So it's an animated series.
No.
No.
You know the franchise Chucky.
Yeah.
Chucky, Child's Play.
Child's Play.
So from way back when, and then they had about 7 movies, and then it became a show.
Weren't her pants, like, were they people? Were there people on her pants?
It was just...
We're talking about a homeless person's pants. Is this hit rock bottom as an F.A.N podcast or not?
Let's just say
I'm filming in a barn. I got an exhaust fan on. It's not hot in here today, ladies
The
and
main
gentlemen.
co-host is across the country.
I know. The other anchor of this couch is... But you're doing an awesome job filling
thank
in. So,
you.
yeah,
I was super excited.
That's what you were talking about.
Yes.
So the series.
Yeah, it was different. because like each season was different, and I loved all the seasons, but I did really like the last season, which was season 3, because Chucky is in one of the best places ever,
Wow.
the White House.
What?
Yes. And
Okay.
if you remember,
I gotta watch this show.
yes, it's on Peacock. If you
I
guys are
don't
wondering,
have that.
it's okay. You can use mine.
All right, I'll have to pirate that. Great, we just admitted there's going to be a Peacock representative at your door tomorrow at 9:05. Excuse me, ma'am, you can't give away Peacock to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the neighborhood. That's just Fletcher.
It's
So,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and if you know the actor Devin Sawa,
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, he was in the original Final Destination.
Okay.
He's a main actor in the series, but it's funny in the TV series.
Yeah.
It's funny because they killed his characters off multiple times, but he comes back because everybody loved him.
Okay.
Because he's so iconic to the horror franchise for Final Destination, and he was in Casper.
Ooh, isn't
The
that coming? You were telling me that
Yes, he
there's,
actually. Yeah,
it's going to be a re-release or something.
Yeah, for the 30th anniversary in October. I was told. I don't know if that's all around America, all around the world, but I know it's over here in Cleveland.
Wow.
So, but I heard it's coming, so I thought that was fun. So yeah, they kept bringing him back because the audience loved him.
Love it.
And,
Yeah.
and I thought he was the best. I do love Brad, who is the voice of Chucky, and he did actually retire, but he said he would always come back as Chucky no matter what, because that's the only character he wants. That's the only thing he wants to do.
That's
now.
the only thing he would do.
Yeah.
Get him out of retirement, so to speak.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he said he doesn't want to be seen on camera, so he's just the voice.
That's. Super
But it's
cool.
funny because in the 3rd season, spoiler alert, you actually see him.
Really?
Yes, and his daughter, who is also in, I think, the 5th and 7th movie, who is also in the series as well, actually dresses up as him when he was younger in the 1st movie.
Interesting.
So that's really cool.
We're learning so much about Chucky.
I know
Little
everything.
maniac with a knife. So it sounds like
He's-
my one ex-girlfriend.
He's my
Interesting.
favorite. If I had to be killed by any serial killer, it would be Chucky.
I shouldn't have said that. She's probably a nice person. She just had mental issues at the time. That has nothing to do with Chucky. All right, let's move on because we'll wrap it up. We're getting
Yeah.
right at that timestamp almost. I'll divulge mine. Series that I thoroughly enjoyed, but I wanted it to go on a couple more seasons, like 2 or 3 more seasons, was Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody, a lot of people that watch this, or just people in general,
I've heard that
that's
everybody
one of
wanted
those
it
series
to
that
continue.
it's 2 things. It's a love or a hate. Like a lot of people just absolutely adored it. They loved it. Then there were other people that were, oh, it's a bunch of magic. It's a bunch of nonsense. No, it was such a well done series. It was awesome. I loved Game of Thrones. Watched the whole series, and then rewatched it with a girl that I was dating. Like I watched it from series 1 to the end. That was pretty cool. That was the only good part of the relationship. We'll talk about that in another future episode. But I just wanted a couple more. Like the ending was good. I'm not gonna trash or critique the ending, but I just wish the show went on. I just love the characters. Like Daenerys when they killed her off. Boy, I mean, what a beautiful woman. I forgot the actress's name. Oh my God, she's breathtaking. But and Jon Snow, I just love those characters. Everybody, all the characters in that show were super cool, and I just wanted it to continue. But like all things in life, there has
It
to be
has
a
to
beginning
end.
and there has to be an end. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, that show ended, but it was a great show. The seasons it ran, but that would be mine. That I wish. Hey man, I wish there was a couple more seasons, just like you did with Chucky. So
Yeah, and put in your comments below which series
Yeah.
do you wish you would continue, or what was your least favorite finale and your favorite finale?
yeah, definitely put that in the comments. Great topic.
Yeah.
I mean, great topic.
Because-
You were the one that thought of that.
Yeah,
so
because I was
I love
thinking,
talking about stuff like that.
especially during 2020, a lot of shows got canceled.
Correct.
And one of my shows that I watched on Netflix, there was only 1 season. I wish it continued, but I wasn't going to say anything because I'm like, it was gonna have a second season, but then they're like, oh, COVID happened, so we're not gonna do it.
They probably, you hear the dog?
I hear the dog.
It's my neighbor's dog. He's a total a-hole in terms of the dog. And I love dogs, but this dog just don't like chat. Maybe he's yelling up to me. He wants to be on the podcast, so I'm the jerk. I should let him up here, but that's beside the point. All right, we're going to cut this segment, and then we'll come back. We're just going to talk about funny stuff that happened last week. I have a hilarious story that's going to culminate tomorrow on Monday. I believe that's August 4th. So yeah, when this event is going to take place. It's pretty hilarious, but we'll talk about a little bit of anything. It's kind of like a potpourri, little bag of everything that we'll just chit chat on, and then we'll call it a day for the week.